So with that, let's come into a comfortable seated posture. As I was pondering the sequence for this week, it's all here, which of course is Manipurna Chakra. This is Manipurna. Has many direct translations, like a lot of things do in yoga. We have Mani means jewel, and sometimes it's translated as city of jewels. And these jewels are our own jewels. This is the seat of healthy boundaries, of the courage and I can do this attitude. And when this center becomes weak or violated, we can lose trust in our own abilities to carry forth our own dharma, our purpose for our existence. Of course, it's also the seat of digestion, and everything has to be digested, not just food, but everything that comes in, our experiences, what we read, what we see, what we watch on TV, comments, everything. And there is a lot to digest. How does it move through so it doesn't get stuck in our inner beings? The practices, of course, will be right here to help process and digest. So as you sit, I invite you to just take a moment and notice, is there anything that you're finding a little hard to digest currently? And digesting something does not mean not caring about it. But it means that we stop the ruminations, the self-beating, that we allow ourselves to pause in our to-dos that I wrote about yesterday. Notice your body. Greet your body. Notice your breath as it flows in and out. The chant, Om Mani Padme Hum, directly speaks to this area. As we start many of our mantras, is the ultimate reality, is what that represents. Mani is a prayer for enlightenment and compassion, the seeds of enlightenment and compassion. Padme comes from Padma, which is, of course, a lotus flower, which signifies wisdom. So not knowledge, but wisdom. And hum is an invitation to combine this inner desire for enlightenment, compassion, and wisdom, combining these notions into our being, our life, and our existence. So I invite us to bring our palms together. The action of bringing the palms together, the Anjali Mudra, also brings both our right and our left sides together, balancing tendencies which may be pulling us in either direction, giving too much, not receiving, or not giving, but only receiving. And now we are balancing these energies. And we'll do this call and response. And we'll do the chant 3 times. Let's start with 3 ohms. We'll do those together. So let's take a deep breath in. Om Mani Padme Hum, Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. 2 more times. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. When we chant or sing, we begin to stimulate our vagus nerve. It calms the body down and it begins to pull the body into the parasympathetic nervous system, where we heal body and mind. Let's release the hands down. If you're sitting cross-legged, I invite you to switch the cross of the legs. Kapalati breathing is the breathing practice that begins to stimulate this area as well. Now, don't do it if you just ate a huge breakfast. Instead, Ujjayi breathing, it will be more appropriate, that gentle restriction of the throat. Kapalabhati is a cleansing practice, but it is often lumped in with the pranayama practices, literally getting rid of what we don't want in our bodies. It is that sharp, forceful contraction of the abdomen. So if you place one hand on your lower belly, the breath in is normal. And as you exhale, pull the belly button back towards the spine to force the breath out. And then let the in-breath be completely natural as the belly expands back out again. Let's do that again. Starting slow. So in this very slow and gentle practice, it is okay for most everybody, but skip it and tell your friends to skip it if they are pregnant, if they have uncontrolled high blood pressure, if they have a hernia, because we are adding a lot of pressure. Over time, we begin to add speed to these exhalations, so it becomes rapid, but only again to the degree that's comfortable for you. So we'll repeat it, and I invite you to explore with the speeds. You may like the slow one we just did. You may like to add a little bit more force and speed. Exhale everything, and then breathe normally again. So one way that this practice is taught, the conclusion, is after the forceful exhalations, then we pull the abdomen in and we express a little bit more breath as we just did. And then take the chin towards the chest, the chin lock, Jalandhara Mudra. Contracting Mula Bandha, lifting, and then pausing the breath for as long as it is comfortable. And then when you want to take that next breath in, you'll cover the right nostril and breathe in through the left, the cooling side. So we'll do this practice together. Kapalbhati or Kapalbhati is a very heating practice. And then we're closing it off with cooling breath in and then normal breathing. So again, it might be helpful to keep a hand on the belly just to make sure that you're not but using these muscles. Let's start again. Take a breath in. And exhale everything. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and then chin low. Pausing the breath, not holding the breath. And then when your body wants you to take the next in-breath, you will cover the right nostril and breathe in through the left. And breathe normally. This is a morning practice, not an evening practice. As it stimulates, it gets the ojas, the juices flowing, getting us ready. So with that, let's take the legs out in front. Bounce the knees. And we're going to come all the way off the support and sit. Make sure you have enough mat behind you. And then inhale, lifting. So we'll seated cat and cow. Exhale, round the low back. Let the chin draw down. Let's inhale, lift the heart. Back and forth. And then as you come to sit tall, taking the arms out in front. It's a little supported boat pose stance. And then slowly leaning back, keeping the spine long. Now you find a place where it's interesting but not overwhelming. Interesting but not overwhelming. Lower abdomen, it pulls in, supports. And we'll sit back up again. Reach the hands forward. And let's lean back again. Find that place again that's interesting. Feeling the lower abdomen. Working to keep you right here. Hip flexors, you'll feel in the front groins. Now, if you press the feet down, take the heels towards you. We get a little bit more hip flexor action. And we'll sit back up. And then this one will be our descend all the way down. So pausing, noticing, letting the lower abdomen support you as you slowly come all the way down. We'll take the arms up overhead. Now with the knees bend up still. Bending the knees as much as comfortable for your body. We're just going to do some heel pushes and let your whole body rock back and forth. This helps release the fascia in the neck, the upper back, getting everything bopping along. So gentle heel pushes. Now from here, we'll take the arms down. We'll play with bridge pose. Inhale, press the feet down, lift the hips. And then lower back down. Move at a pace that's comfortable for your body, lifting on the in-breath, lowering on the out-breath. And then next time we lift, let's stay. Maybe roll the shoulders a little further under. Maybe interlace the fingers. Elbows are straight. Pressing down through the heels. Or keep the jaw relaxed. Breath steady and easy. Breathing in and out. So pausing in the pose, but not the breath. Breathing. And then on the next out breath, let's gently release, coming all the way down. Let's take the arms out to the sides. Walk the feet about as wide as the mat. And then inhale, take the knees down to the right. Exhale up. Go from side to side, letting the nose travel opposite of the knees. Make it easy. Make it enjoyable. Next time you come up to center from the left, take the legs out, long arms as high as is comfortable, pressing out through heels and fingers. And let's bend up the left leg and we're going to roll over onto our abdomen. And then let's take the forehead to the mat, arms down alongside the hips. Now pull the shoulder blades together, palms facing your hips. Inhale and press the hips down and then lift the head, the heart, and the arms. Lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the head, the heart, and the arms. Now, as you exhale, lower up a little bit down of the way, but not all the way. And as you inhale, lift again. This time, take the right leg up with you. And lower maybe halfway down. Take the left leg up with you. Lowering down. Go from side to side. So the hips are pressing downwards. And going for a slow, stiff leg walk. When we isolate the hips like this, we can help the sacrum re-slide back into its spot. And let's take both legs up. Next time you lift, this one we're going to hold. Hands and head. Breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. And lower down. Let's take the hands by the side chest. And then as you inhale, we're going to lift up so we can push back to puppy pose. Stretching back. Let's walk the hands to the right so that your left hand is at the right edge of the mat. Right arm traveled out shoulder distance. And we can breathe into the left lung a little bit more deliberately. Breathing in, expand, one more breath. And let's walk to the other side. And now the right lung, breathing in. One more breath. And we'll come back to center. And let's inhale up to modified plank. We'll add a little push-up. And then go back to puppy. Inhaling up again, modified plank, a little push-up. And we go back again. One more time. Little push-up. And this time, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And in your dog, have a little wiggle fest. Let it be a playful dog. Maybe you just want to shake. Maybe you like to pedal right now, so the whole back seam gets opened up. Let the head hang unencumbered. Begin to settle into stillness. Breathing in and out. Firm legs, tall hips. And puppy always available. Always a great modification choice. And we'll come forward to plank pose. Take the knees down and then walk the hands back so we're in tabletop. Can't go wrong with tabletop. Let's do some circles, warming up the wrists a little bit more. I'm circling around. And switch directions. And we come back to center. If your wrists are not loving being right under the shoulders, remember you can take them out in front, always available. Knuckles feels good for some. So there are always modifications. We're going to take the right leg back. Toes are tucked under. Still on the ground. Now as you press back through the heel, we get a little bit more calf event. And then I come forward, bring the hips over the knee, and then lift the leg. Lift the right leg. Lower the leg and lift the leg. We'll play a little bit with this. Your glute, your right glute is really the man on deck, or woman on deck, rather. Now let's hold it up and maybe take the left arm up as well. Reaching heel and fingertip away from one another. And we'll take elbow to knee. Extend, exhale in, extend, exhale in, and we'll extend. reaching back through the heel, and take the hand and the knee down. Shake that out. And the right hand is looking forward. So it's like, oh yeah, almost break time for me. We'll start by taking the left leg back. I know, good. Shaking it out is a good option. And we'll, again, reach back through the heel first, get a little extra length in the calf. And we'll come forward and we'll lift and lower, keeping the trunk still as you lift and lower the leg. So that all the muscles around the lower trunk are now supporting you. Taking the leg up and hold it, and then the right arm forward. It's like, okay, we're off to a good start. And we'll do elbow and knee. Elbow and knee. What does that feel like on this side? Back and forth. Inhaling out, exhaling in, and then we'll hold again. Hold. Breathe. Steady breath, steady pose. And hands and legs down. We're going to wiggle that one out too. And if your wrists would like, shake those out as well. And from here, I invite you to take your blocks. I'm going to turn around here, find my blocks, and put them at the top of your mat. And we'll journey back into our friend dog, or puppy, or tabletop. Using it as a transition, we'll step the right foot up to the hands. Spin the back heel down. Walk the hands to the right knee. So a little intermission before warrior one. So back leg is lifted, back heel has spun down. And so notice your hips. Are they really skewed? Can you invite the left hip forward as the right hip moves back? Back leg is firm, four corners of the foot-ish. The heel, the back outer heel, maybe lift it up a little bit, make it a little bit more challenging for balancing, but it is available. We're gonna inhale, take the arms forward and up. And then big circle with the arms. And then leaning forward again, inhaling up, exhaling back. Around and around we go. And then this one we will hold at the top, reaching up. Now take the hands behind the neck, interlace the fingers. And then as you inhale, so cupping the fingers together so they are up behind the neck and then also above C7, that big bump. And we're going to look up. You're going to squeeze your fingers a little bit. Elbows are going to draw together. Elbows drawing together. Breathe. Powerful legs. And we're going to extend the arms back up. And then take the hands towards the floor, still in the stance. Take your left block to the inside of the right foot. Take your right hand to the outside of the right knee. Revolve side angle pose. So turning, twisting to the right. Hugging the hips together. Tighten the hips. And now from here, we'll take the arms out to the side. The right arm goes out to the side. Take it up. And then overhead, reach, 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 reach. Reach. And we're going to take both hands down. Let's step back to downward facing dog, or if it's a better choice for you, step up to the top of the mat and come all the way up to tall mountain as the transition pose. Either is fine. And then from downward facing dog, we'll step left forward from tall mountain. You will come into forward fold and step the right foot back. We'll spin the back heel down. Again, walk the hands to the knees. This is just a gentler way to get the whole trunk lifted up so we don't put a lot of tension into the low back. Invite the right hip forward and adjust the back foot so that the knee is not torquing. Standing on these two little railroad tracks. And let's inhale, take the arms up. And again, let's repeat the shoulder circles. Inhale and drawing forward, up, exhaling back and down. And then next time you come to the top, we will stay, reaching up. Firm, back leg. Extend. And again, let's interlace the fingers, this time with the other thumb in front. Snuggle the hands under the skull and squeeze the fingers together with the head. Legs strong and powerful. The back bend in Warrior One is a thoracic back bend. So taking it into the upper back, lengthening the front body. Now we'll take the arms back up. And hands down. This time, right hand to the right block next to the left foot. Left hand to the outer right knee. And this just helps us get the hips set up so they don't stray far in the pose. We'll inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, begin to twist to the left. Now the back heel can absolutely come up. If you feel you're torquing the knee, take the back heel out. We'll take the left arm out to the side, up and over, revolved side angle pose. This is one twisty affair. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. And we take the hands down. Back to downward facing dog or forward to tall mountain and mountain pose. Both in between grounding poses. Poses where we can find our inner equilibrium. Stillness. Bending your elbows a little bit. And re-straighten. And we look up again. Take the right foot up, just behind the hands. Now grab your blocks and place them each side of the foot. Spin the back heel down. And then slowly straightening your right leg. Parsvottanasana. We'll go back and forth, bend the right knee, straighten the right knee. And as you straighten it, let the whole front of the foot lift up. Go back and forth. And we're just giving the hamstrings a little chance here of finding some length. Next time you come back, draw the right hip back, but then stretch the toes forward. Bring the foot down. Keep the knee engaged, not hyperextended. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to move the left block a little closer to the right foot. So spine is long and straight. And if it feels rounded here, bend your right knee a little bit. It's perfectly fine. Spine is always king in the practice. Everything else accommodates to support wellness of the spine. That makes good sense, doesn't it? It's our brain tail. We want to take care of it. Taking your right thumb to the right hip crease. Draw the hip back, but lengthen the crown of the head away from the tailbone. And we begin to twist. Revolve triangle pose. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Hugging the hips together again. Hug the hips together again. And maybe take the arm to the sky. Twisting. Breathing. And we take the hand down. Both hands grounded. Bend the right knee. We'll take this one on a little journey. Walk the left block forward. What the heck, let's take the right with it. It gives a little bit more support. And come forward, lift the back leg, just like we did in hunting dog pose. And here we can begin to twist again, drawing your right ribs upward, left down for revolved half moon. Hug everything together in the hips, hug everything together in the hips. Breathe. And we'll take the right hand down to the block, left foot down. And we're just going to wiggle waggle that one out. Let's inhale and flat back ourselves here. We'll take the blocks back where we started so we can step that'd be the right leg back, wouldn't it? Or Parsvottanasana, like here. We'll bend the left knee and straighten. Just back and forth. Lifting the front of the foot. As you go back, pull the left hip back. And check in with the knees that they are not hyperextended. And then next time we draw back. Reach the toes forward and bring the bottom of the foot down. Keep the knee engaged. So now the pelvis is level, spine almost feels like there's a little back bend in the back. So notice again, if the spine is rounding upward, if you feel like you are lifting the back body, bend your left knee a little bit. So you come into that feeling of a cow pose where the sternum is lengthening forward away from the tailbone. And we'll move the right block closer to the left foot. Move the left thumb to your left hip crease. And we are ready to explore the twisting. Lengthen to the crown of the head. There's a sense of the right ribs drawing down towards the floor, inviting the left ribs upward. There it comes. Lengthen and deepen. Breathing into your pose. Maybe take the arm to the sky. Legs strong, grounded. Breath. One more breath. And we'll take the hand to the block. And we'll move the blocks forward as we bend the left knee. And let the right leg take flight. And here, taking the left arm out to the side. Again, draw the right ribs down, left ribs up as we revolve. Half moon. Breathing in and breathing out. And we'll take the hand back to the block. Take the right leg down and shake that all up. And from here, we'll walk back. Last dog here. But for this dog, let's take the knees down and we'll take block. Now, everybody's going to have a different height. So this is one of those poses that takes a little bit of experimenting. Well, everything is experimenting, isn't it? But what I'm looking for is my hairline landing on the block. So watch. As I lift up, I'm not going to change my pose at all. So here I overshot. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to move the block back. I'm going to try again. Coming up. Hairline. So I'm not looking to jam my neck. So I may find as I come up, nope, that was too high. I'm going to take the block down. And go again. Oh, there. So now my neck actually will lengthen down towards the block. My dog hasn't changed at all, but the block, maybe a block and a blanket, is right there to support the head. The alternative for this pose is happy baby, not happy baby pose, child's pose with blankets under the belly. So breathing in and breathing out. So coming down, coming back up, down, back up, and coming to child's pose and rest when your body wants you to do that. And we'll all come into child's pose. And then you'll take your hands and place them under your shoulders. And you'll sit up. You're going to take your blankets and folding them in the hamburger fold. So this would be the wide fold, not the skinny fold. And have both rounded edges facing towards your body. Viparita Karni. active pose, literally. So the easiest way, I think, to come into this, the one that prevents us from getting a concussion, is now have the blankets beside your mat, come onto your back, and then lift the hips and slide the blankets under the sacrum. Maybe a wee bit in the low back. So there's a sense of flatness. Now you may decide that 2 blankets is too much today, and instead choose 1 blanket. The arms are down alongside. And I chose the blankets today. Sometimes we do blocks, but they can be a little hard in the back. We'll draw the knees in to the chest. And then drop the tailbone down so you feel it lifting up the sternum, and then straightening the legs to the sky. The arms, it is wherever it feels good for your body, but maintain the lifting of the heart, not collapsing. And you'll feel like it's a strangling sensation in the throat when the sternum relaxes or falls towards the floor. This pose, of course, if the restorative version, wonderful evening pose against a wall, and then strap the legs. For today's purpose, we will do the active, well, semi-active. We are not supporting our own weight in our hands. That's murder on the wrists, if you ask me. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting the head of your thigh bone continue to deepen down into the socket. So a sense of the inner groins deepening. And we'll bend the knees. Let's draw the left knee towards the chest a little bit so that we can keep steady across the sacrum as we slowly lower the right down. Once the right is down, press the right foot down and slowly lower the left down. So with sacral jiggeriness, we want to do everything we can to make sure that we're not jarring this joint. It's painful. From here, let's first do our little sacral activation again by pressing the feet down, squeeze the buns. Pressing the feet down on the in-breath. Squeeze the buns so that you lift ever so slightly off the support. Let's do that another 4 times. So that'll be a total of 6-ish times. So after the last one, lift up just enough where you can push the blankets down so that your hips can come all the way to the floor. And then take the, cross your ankles is what I'm trying to say, Supta Sukhasana. So crossing the ankles and let your knees draw out to the side. Bring your hands to your lower abdomen. So this month, as we do every month, we start at the root chakra, Ladana. the sacral chakra, Svastisthana, and then today, Manipurna. These are our, sometimes called earth chakras. It's our physical being and our living, our existence in this life. And when these are open, balanced, then the heart chakra is well supported. Compassion, non-selfish love becomes easy. Let's switch to cross of Sukhasana. Sukha. Ease, comfort, well-being. Yoga is a steady and comfortable practice, Patanjali said in verse 246. So we invite ease in for ourselves and for the world, everybody in the world that we inhabit. We'll take the legs out long. Let the legs relax on the blankets. And you may want to fluff your blankets, fold them differently if it feels uncomfortable. And to share your wellness with others, whether honoring somebody in your close family or from the practice today, paritas, twisting. All of those that suffered in the tornado. The metta meditation. And place one hand on the heart center. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. And may you be peaceful and at ease. Allow yourself to rest in Shavasana, placing your hands in a way that's comfortable for you. Allowing yourself to pause in your inner landscape. from your inner landscape, the inner you. We begin to move outward again by deepening the breath, maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Eventually, you'll bend up your knees, rocking the knees gently from side to side. And then let's roll all the way over onto one side, maybe the right, traditionally, but maybe you prefer the left. And then we'll use our arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. Om Mani Padme Hum. May I be enlightened. And may that merge with my wisdom to be of benefit. Bring our palms together and we'll close with Om Shanti, 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 Om. Wellness in our world, in our lives, and within. Let's take a breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you. Namaste.